Hey guys, Mika here, and I have a special treat for you folks today. For those of you who watch Ukulele Friend sound sample videos on YouTube or anywhere, knows that it's no secret that Petros ukuleles are some of my all-time favorite ukuleles out there. And you'll see why very shortly as I start to talk about it, as well as feature some sound samples on it. But this one is quite special. It has beautiful sets of wood, beautiful appointments all over the instrument, but the sound just really got me feeling really warm and fuzzy on the inside. I'll talk more about that in a moment. But with this special ukulele, this one has really beautiful cedar wood here on the top. And due to its darkerness, is that a word? The darkness of the cedar, I would go as far to call it like a chocolate looking type of cedar, which has been said in the past with some of Bruce's ukuleles in the past. So I would go as far as this is like a chocolate cedar, has that chocolate look to it. Beautiful stuff here on the front, and then as we turn our attentions to the sides and back, really stunning Macassar ebony wood, very dense wood that you can use for the sides and back. And I'll get into a little bit of why having this kind of wood on this instrument makes this ukulele just really sing and just sound so amazing. So beautiful striking Macassar ebony here again on the sides and back. We have a back end strip right here with a not really sure how to describe the design. Maybe in the pictures you folks can see it a little clearer, but there's all sorts of designs that's running through the back end strip of the instrument. And then my personal favorite, when you have these kind of wood combinations on the front, back, and sides, I love pairing it, for me personally, with Hawaiian curly koa, and this is more on the orange side. So we have here on the back as well as the front, and you can even see it wrapped around the binding of the fretboard here on both sides, as well as around the headstock itself. So really beautiful stuff. And then real faintly you have a slight wood purfling that wraps around the perimeter of the instrument alongside the Hawaiian curly koa. You can even see it here on the sides, both sides, as well as having the Hawaiian curly koa around the side port right here with that wood purfling wrapped around the koa, just like that. And then here on the front, matched with that really beautiful chocolate color cedar, we have something that's quite common on Bruce's instruments, where you have this design. We have the same design pretty much right here on the back of this instrument, but we also have it in a smaller type of format that's wrapped around with this purfling that's all the way wrapped around the instrument. And again, I can look at it really closely, and the attention to detail is quite literally perfect. It's really beautiful just looking all around at it, as well as having this nice cool little design that wraps around the rosette, as well as having palo abalone shell, or a double palo abalone shell, one that wraps around the outer edge of the rosette as well as the inside or the inner edge of the rosette. Again, having that cool little design, but something that really catches my eye is having these turtles, these three turtles, or honu in Hawaiian, a turtle, and having it in the Hawaiian koa that's wrapped around the rosette itself. And you can even see these turtles that are used as your fret position markers on fret 3, 5, 7, 10, double on 12 and 15. You also have the fret markers here on the side of the fretboard. So when you're looking down at your instrument, you don't need to overlook to see the turtles. You can go ahead and see the fret markers here on the side. And like I mentioned earlier, you have it wrapped or binded with the Hawaiian curly koa right here. And then on the back, we have a gloss finish neck, mahogany wood, with very striking Macassar ebony as the back plate of the headstock. And then when we move to the front of the headstock, again, more of that Macassar ebony, very striking. I love that it's half kind of like the darker black side and half of the other, like more like a brownish red kind of color. And then the Petros logo here on the top of the instrument. And then sporting some rustic, very good Rubner tuners, very smooth, very accurate. Really love having these on the instrument. It really adds to the overall aesthetic of Bruce's instrument. So this is quite literally a work of art, but so is the sound itself a work of art. Something that I don't want to miss here is that on the tail end of the instrument, or the butt of the instrument, you have the part that, just like how this back end strip runs to the instrument, it also runs here on the tail end of the instrument, as well as a strap button. But it's really cool because you have a little turtle as well on the end of the strap button spot right here. So Yeah, attention to detail is cranked up to 100 on this instrument. Now, getting into the sound of this instrument, like I was mentioning earlier, this ukulele has Macassar ebony on the sides and back. And the way I understand Macassar ebony is that it's an extremely dense wood. Now, when you have a dense piece of wood used as your tonal wood on the sides and back, it creates this sound where when you pluck or strum on the instrument, the sound will of course seep into the sound hole, and it's going to do its thing and mesh and make all the good stuff. But because the wood is so stiff and dense, it immediately projects it forward, better than a lot of other toned woods. And Macassar ebony just does it so extremely well. So for example, if I'm going to go ahead and pluck these notes on the A string, not only does it project so well because of the Macassar ebony, it's crystal clean, squeaky clean. It's just such a nice tone, but the articulation is really, oh my gosh, you can hear all the vibrato even when you're plucking these double notes. Oh, so nice. And what I really enjoy about Bruce's instruments is for me and how I like to perceive his instrument to my ears, he builds his instruments on the warmer side. So when you pair that warmer, sweet tone with the tonal characteristics of like Macassar ebony, it just creates a really well-balanced sound that is really like ear candy to my ears. Now, when you add the top two strings, you just have such a nice, well-rounded sound. It's so balanced, and again, it's loud. It projects really well. I don't even have to play hard. Oh my gosh. it's like glass. It really blows me away just how clean the sound is, how pure the sound is. But at the same time, it's just so warm. It's really sweet. Nice full rounded body sound. You still get nice low end and some oomph from the top two strings, the G and the G and C string. But these bottom two strings, man, are really carrying that 15th fret. It's just so clear. But then if I really pretty spectacular. I'm really just I'm amazed, but at the same time I'm not, because I played quite a bit of Bruce's work, and it's just uke after uke after uke. You just get this kind of sound quality. It's so consistent. It still amazes me, but at the same time I'm not, because I'm just expecting it to sound like this at this point, and it just never disappoints when I play Bruce's instruments. It's just definitely my kind of sound. Is very subjective, what we think sounds good, and and all these things that we hear to my ears. Man, he just does it exceptionally well. So with that, let's go ahead and get lost, or for me, get lost in the world of Petros. There we go. Oh man. Man, this uke is special. I didn't want it to end, but I don't want the sound sound to go on and on, man. This is whoever gets this one is extremely lucky. So please have fun for me on this instrument. Here's some strumming on the instrument.